Are you afraid of your shadow? If you are trying to create or manifest or do law of attraction stuff, you need to be able to look at your shadow. That's what's getting in the way. So that's what I do on this channel here. We look at shadow and archetypes and we break through it. We break through our fear and we integrate these parts of ourselves. And then we can manifest and just allow abundance into our lives. I also use A Course in Miracles, and I'm going to start with A Course in Miracles because I believe in this, and this is what has set me on my journey of co-creation, from codependence to co-creation. And I've shared about my journey in other videos. I don't think I'm going to share today, but I will probably share again. Okay, we are on lesson 225, A Course in Miracles. God is my mother, and her daughter loves her. Mother, I must return your love for me, for giving and receiving are the same, and you have given all your love to me. I must return it, for I want it mine in full awareness. Blazing in my mind and keeping it within its kindly light, inviolate, beloved, with fear behind and only peace ahead. How still the way your loving daughter is led along to you. Sister, we find that stillness now. We find that stillness now. Stillness is the way you connect with Spirit, with God, with love, with Source. The way is open. Now we follow it in peace together. You have reached your hand to me, and I will never leave you. We are one, and it is but this oneness that we seek as we accomplish these few final steps which end a journey that was not begun. Okay, so then we are going to do some archetypes from the Caroline Myss archetype cards. Just in case you're not familiar with A Course in Miracles, I do talk about this in other videos as well, but this is A Course in Miracles. And I talk about where that came from. So if you like this video, check out some of my other videos, and also like and subscribe. Okay, so this was at the bottom. Hedonist. The light attributes: inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. And the shadow attributes are: pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. Okay, so maybe you're working on some indulgences that you have, or some in the tarot, the devil is associated with addictions that we have. I'm currently working on a food addiction, an addiction to potato chips and French fries. So I'm trying to be healthier, and I set some small goals for myself that will help me achieve that. I just want to do a 20-minute exercise video each day, and at least 5 times a week. So if I try each day, hopefully I'll get 5 times a week. And then I reward myself with a healthy shake afterwards, and just try to eat healthy things throughout the day, focusing on health. What are you trying to do? Okay, so we are pulling from the Caroline Myss archetype deck to check out what kind of shadow stuff we're working with. Okay, we just had a bunch jump out. Caroline Myss is a pioneer in the field of energy medicine and human consciousness. Since 1982, she has worked as a medical intuitive, one who sees illnesses in the patient's body by intuitive means. She specializes in assisting people in understanding the emotional, psychological, and physical reasons why their bodies have developed an illness. And that's kind of what set me on my journey. My body developed an illness. And I always prided myself in being healthy in my body because I was healthy in my mind. Because I studied psychology and marriage and family therapy, and those studies helped me to clear my mind so that I didn't develop illness in my body. And then I did develop illness in my body. I ruptured a disc in my back, and I was having I forget when your whole side gets aggravated. It's a pretty common thing, especially for women, I think, but men too. But anyway, I was really struggling with walking and sitting and everything. Walking for a while, but then walking became my method of healing. Okay, so we got Advocate, and the light attributes of Advocate are inspires you to put compassion into action. The shadow attribute embraces negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Okay. Then the Liberator. The Liberator, that's a good one, right? Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you understand that what you see on the outside is coming from what's on the inside. So if we heal what's on the inside, we get to create the world that we want on the outside. Releasing negative thought patterns. That's what we're doing here. And the shadow attributes are imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Okay, so that's just the ego can get out of balance. So it's just about that, kind of balancing the ego, but leading with the heart. Then we have the Prostitute. The light attributes are accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. And the shadow attribute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So it's just out of balance. And then we have the Pioneer. The light attribute is a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Yay, that's what we're doing. We're bringing our own light out into the world because there's nobody like you, and you have a gift to share with the world. So that's what we're doing here. We're helping you not be afraid of your shadow, because that's also your gift. We're alchemizing that. We're alchemizing the shadow, and that's your gift to the world. So helping you find your gift. Okay, now we're going to do the Light Seers Tarot. And as I talk to you, I get more clarity on what I'm actually doing here. Okay. So this is the Light Seers Tarot. It's my favorite tarot to work with because I feel like it's really clear and it doesn't scare me. It does. I'm not afraid of my shadow here, because every one of these cards has a light and a shadow side, and it's really just about balance. There's nothing to be afraid of. But funny, I did a tarot reading last night, and that is actually what I got. The whole message that I got was, you're afraid of your own shadow. And you know already, because you've done a lot of work. This is my message to myself, but maybe you too. You know already, because you've done a lot of work, that you don't have anything to be afraid of. Also, what I learned in family constellations is that it's all about agreeing and accepting everything that's already happened to you. All these experiences that's already happened. We use so much energy to fight it. But if we can just agree to it and allow it all, then we recognize it as love. And we recognize it as a part of ourselves. And we recognize ourselves as a part of it all. And yet whole in ourselves. We got some good cards. Wow. We got Strength. Isn't that pretty, that one? I was born in March, and I was given a lion and a lamb at the time of my birth, and I just thought that was so beautiful, that symbology, I don't even think that's a word, but of the lion and the lamb at peace together, that strength and that vulnerability together. So I think this card says strength and vulnerability. You have to be strong enough to be able to be vulnerable in order to connect and have compassion for all. That's what that card says to me, but well, look at the infinity sign on her arm too. So I'm recognizing that, and I do this thing, and I saw a video about it too, like the energy that we share back and forth, like connecting with each other and connecting our left brain to our right brain and connecting to each other, connecting the masculine and the feminine and all polarities. Like it's this infinity movement between it all, the natural flow, ebb and flow. Okay, and the King of Swords, we got the King of Swords, which is some clear. I was afraid of this one the other day. I was telling my boyfriend, because he got this card, or I saw him in this card. It's very masculine to me. It includes a lot of animals, the owl, the bat, the raven. I think that's a dragonfly, the dragonfly. Well, I want to read those in my power animal book now. I'll just read a little bit of about what those animals are. Okay, let's look at the bat first. 205. Rebirth. That's cool. Swords cards are about air. They're about thoughts, thinking, the mind. But this card seemed very masculine to me, and I was a little bit afraid of it. Okay. It says, bat flew to me from the darkness of the cave. Womb-like reflections, answers it gave. Birth, death, rebirth, cycles of the whole, never ending, just eclipsed, the journey of the soul. And this is the Medicine Cards book by Jamie Sams and David Carson. It has cards that come with it too. Okay, then we have the Raven, and the Raven I think is about magic. I love ravens and crows. It's big, so I'm going to call it a raven. You can have all your own meanings for this. Really, you should just be looking at it and seeing what you get from it. I just like to read a little bit from the books and the cards just to get my juices flowing, my creative juices flowing, and it helps me to kind of bring in the messages a little bit and validate them. Raven, black as pitch, mystical as the moon, speak to me of magic, I will fly with you soon. So we are creating our own magic. We are magicians. We're just learning to utilize our power, and we do that by alchemizing our shadow. Okay, so Raven is magic. The dragonfly. $145. Dragonfly is illusion, from what I remember. Yeah, illusion. Okay. We are breaking the illusion. So dragonfly breaks illusions, brings visions of power. No need to prove it. Now is the hour. Know it, believe it. Great Spirit intercedes. feeding you, blessing you, filling all your needs. Okay, I am going to talk a little bit about my journey because it fits a little bit here. I am on an awakening journey like all of you. I woke up and realized that I needed to get a divorce, that I was in a toxic relationship. I love my ex, but he had some issues that he wasn't ready to look at or deal with. And I needed to move on. And so I woke up, and I was scared because I wasn't making enough money. We had been talking for years about how I wasn't making enough money. I have my own business. I was teaching part-time at a college, and I wasn't making enough money. So I tried to go into coaching, I tried to develop retreats, and nothing was working. And what I realized was nothing was working because the whole foundation of everything was just wrong. And so my whole life kind of fell apart in front of me, everything I believed in, and yet Spirit, God, was talking to me. I heard like God talking to me, and just had so many spiritual experiences during that time. The first message was, you thought if you did everything right, you would be loved. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I did. And I'm not experiencing that at all. I worked so hard, and I'm not. Everything I did was for this. And then I asked God, what is real? And God gave me this knowing experience. This wasn't an auditory one. The first one was an auditory one, but the next one was a knowing of the message was like, your love is real. And then I just was guided through this divorce, one step at a time, and given all of my needs were fulfilled. I have a whole new house. I received money in the divorce, and I was able to buy a house. It was a fixer-upper. I'm still putting a lot of work into it, but I got the support for that. The other thing that I really wanted was a loving, supportive partner, and that came in. And somebody that we work really well together. We just have like a really great connection. So it's amazing when you trust your spirit and you work through your shadow, what you can manifest, what you can achieve, what you can allow, what you can bring into you. And I'm still doing it. I'm still on this journey. And I want to help you do that too. I don't want you to be afraid of anything out there, because you have so much power within you, and I want you to see that, and I want you to feel that. I want you to experience that. I want you to know that. You don't have to worry about anything out there. You have so much power within you, and I'm going to help you find it. I'm going to help you discover it. The next card we got is the Sun. And I always hear this is the most beautiful, most powerful card in the deck. It's love and light and happiness, and it is that power within you. It's recognizing and knowing that power within you, experiencing that. Okay. Oh, I didn't do the owl. Let's do the owl from the King of Swords, and I could get more about the King of Swords too. Excuse me, I'm burping up my shake that I had. Okay, sorry. 121. You know, I heard that if you're over 50, you can just do whatever you want on videos. I just love that. I'm over 50, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay. The owl is deception. I got the Devil card in my spread yesterday, but I'm not afraid of the Devil, because the Devil shows you your shadow. The Devil shows you your shadow, and I'm not afraid of it anymore because I've worked through my shadow. I know it's there. Not that I'm not gonna like still find stuff in the shadows, but I'm not afraid of it anymore because I know I have so much light that that's all I need to do is light up the darkness, and it's all good. It's just balance. Okay, so owl, magic omens, time and space. Does the truth emerge? Casting out deception, silent flight, sacred medicine bird. Okay. I'm just reading to see if there's anything else here. Oh, and I also have a necklace where with a cross and an owl on it, and that was kind of accidental, but maybe not. I had a cross that I wanted to find that I got from my grandmother, and I wanted to find a necklace for it, and I found one with an owl on it, and I couldn't get the owl off, so I just put them together. So the owl, somebody told me in another video, the owl is Athena, I think, is associated with the Greek goddess Athena. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, had a companion owl on her shoulder, which revealed unseen truths to her. Owl had the ability to light up Athena's blind side, enabling her to speak the whole truth, as opposed to only a half-truth. If owl is your personal medicine, no one can deceive you about what they are doing, no matter how they try to disguise it or hide it from you. You may be a little frightening to be around, since so many people have ulterior motives which you see right through. If you are unaware of your medicine power, you may take keen insights and abilities for granted. Others never do. You may frighten them and reflect their blindness, for you cannot be fooled. Owl medicine people know more about an individual's inner life than the person knows about herself or himself. So you have a strong sense of intuition. I can relate to that one. I think there are a lot of people that don't want to be around me because I do see, once you see your whole inner self, you can see other people's whole inner selves, and then you don't have anything to worry about. That's the shadow that we're clearing, that we're looking at. You have to be willing to look at your own shadow, and that means sometimes things that you don't feel good about. But once you put them in context, you can understand and love and have compassion for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna just take maybe one or two messages from the Guides by James Van Praagh. I found this one in a used bookstore. And then we'll probably close out with that, so it's not too long. Oh, we got some that jumped out. That's what they do now. The more you trust your messages, the more they jump out at you. Inspire others and express your feelings. Okay, so we'll just get a little more about that. Inspire others. As your personal journey of self-awareness unfolds, many will be drawn to your energy. The more you acknowledge that you are spirit choosing to have a physical experience, the more people will be drawn to your light. Beware of proselytizing, however, I don't even know what that means, because everyone has their own path. Instead, lead by example. Share your thoughts and beliefs with the caveat that everyone has a personal, valid belief system that works for them. Always be in a state to assist others in awakening their hearts to their own spiritual heritage and personal power. The origin of the word inspire is to breathe, but it can also mean to receive divine information. The significance of this card in your spread means that you have the ability to share your spiritual wisdom in a non-threatening, thoughtful manner. There's a lot of swords around lately in the energy field. That's all thoughts and thinking. You might be finding yourself thinking a lot more. I have been. I was in a state of like more stillness and quiet and like a meditative kind of peaceful state. And lately I've just been finding a lot of thoughts coming in. The significance of this card in your spread means that you have the ability to share your spiritual wisdom in a non-threatening, thoughtful manner. Sorry, I just read that twice. Think of a farmer sowing his seeds, knowing that not every single one will sprout, but at least you have planted the seeds. Dedicated in your belief that what may bloom is beneficial for another's journey. Be encouraging in your dealings with others. Making others feel good about themselves is the greatest gift that you can give. So I watched the movie Eagle Eye with my boyfriend last night, and it's, I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically, like, if a computer took over, or let's say AI took over, which people have fears about AI taking over and getting too much power. If we put all kinds of love out there onto the internet instead of all kinds of hate and drama, and, that's what's taking over. So just be mindful. What are you putting out there? Okay. Express your feelings. All your feelings are valid and should be honored. You are experiencing these thoughts and emotions for a reason. Never let anyone judge your feelings as silly or inconsequential, because they are obviously manifesting within you for a reason. You have the right of self-expression, and it is imperative on your road of self-enlightenment and awareness. It is vital that you as a human being release and express all that is within you in a safe, loving manner. Never judge or harm another by your actions. That is your ego struggling to make itself known. Be kind and respectful, yet speak your truth. You should never keep a feeling, thought, or emotion bottled inside. You are energy, and energy flows. When you create a stoppage by suppressing your valid emotions, they are left to fester within you. Then you are not in harmony, and you are creating a dis-ease to the natural flow of energy. Okay, we talked about that at the beginning. Your thoughts and emotions should always come from a space of compassion. Always examine your feelings before sharing them. Are you coming from a place of love or a place of judgment? It is a fine art indeed to be able to express your feelings while at the same time bolstering the spirit of another. By bringing your truth out kindly, you are letting others know that you are being honest to yourself while being empathetic to them. So this is what I hear is the problem with the spiritual movement, is that people are trying too hard to be happy and light, and they're suppressing a lot of their other feelings like anger and sadness and fear and shame. And that doesn't work. We have to be able to acknowledge all of those. That's part of your shadow, whatever you suppress and you don't want to see. Because if you don't, it pops up in a way that you can't control, or you don't have control over. So also in emotionally focused couples therapy, which is one of the models that I learned for couples therapy, and my favorite model that I use the most, it's all about how we connect through our emotions, and we connect through our deeper emotions. Even through sadness and fear and shame, we connect. So it's about being able to be vulnerable with those emotions. And I developed my own model for doing that because I found a lot of couples didn't really know how to care for their emotions, and that was what was keeping them from being able to feel them and acknowledge them and express them. So the model that I came up with, it's really simple. I just call it the AVCs: acknowledge, validate, care for. So you do that for yourself, and then you do that for your partner. Because what I've been noticing is that the codependency is all about trying to take care of someone else and their feelings in order so that we can be cared for. But we can't do that. It's a failing system. What we need to be able to do is care for our own feelings, and then we can care for another person's feelings, but not take care of. See, that feels heavier, right? Anything that feels heavy is off. You're holding too much. You're carrying a burden for somebody else if it feels heavy. So find another lighter experience of it. I can care for you, and I can care for myself. But I can't take care of you. That feels heavy, right? That's not my job. That's your job. And I can show you how. So if something arises in you, some kind of feeling in your body, and you just acknowledge it, maybe put a hand there. And I talk to it like an inner child to separate a little bit from it. I feel you heavy. And validate it. What are you carrying? And how can I care for you? How can I ease that burden? How can we let go of that burden? Breathe. Just breathe. Let it go. I'm just going to get one more card from the Wisdom of the Oracle, because I'm trying to keep this at around 30 minutes, maybe less, 20 to 30 minutes. So I think like any longer I wouldn't be paying attention. And I doubt you would either, since I don't really have a big following now. And I would like it to grow so that I can reach more people, because I think a lot of people are struggling right now. So if you would, please like and share this video in the hopes that we can reach more people, and more people that are struggling can know that there's light out there. Okay. Clean it up. Did I show you what this comes from? The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. And I'm sure this relates to our shadow. Oh, also our burden, freedom from a burden. Yeah. We're carrying too much for other people. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Also, too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. It's heavy. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack, takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Okay, so that is actually what I found, like in my journey back to myself. I have found that the reason it felt so heavy to care for myself, to take care of myself, was because I was taking care of so many other people. And as I let that go, and I said, okay, I can help them learn how to care for themselves, but I can't do it for them, and that isn't my burden. And I was able to let go of all that gradually. It took time. So in June of last year, I realized I needed to get a divorce. And it was a process. It took me until this May to get my divorce. In the process, I moved out. I met my boyfriend. I got a house. Did so many things, but also kept working on myself. And what I recently discovered was I actually can take care of myself and love myself. And that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what we're all supposed to do, is just love and take care of ourselves. And that naturally we draw what we need, and our light just spills out of us, and we give that light to everyone. So giving and receiving truly are one when we learn how to love and care for ourselves. And it becomes that simple, and it's not a fight and a struggle every day, which I think for a lot of us, it has been a fight and a struggle every day. And it doesn't have to be. I love you, and I see you, and you got this, and it's gonna get easier. So Follow me, subscribe to me, spread this message. Help me get this out into the world so that we can all be uplifted. We can all see our light and be uplifted and know that there is a way. The way and the truth and the light is inside all of us. Let's bring it out into the world. Let's alchemize this. Alchemize the shadow. Okay.